Hello, this time we are going to be solving multiplication using groups or set of groups to find the multiplication equation. We have, what is another way to write 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7? Okay, you can see how many times 7 is being added here. Multiplication is being used as a repeated addition. Let's cross out how many times the number 7 is being added, and that will give us an idea what multiplication equation can be, that multiplying 7 many times. Let's use a marker, and then we will decide based on the many times we find that 7 is being added. That will be our equation. We have 7 added 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So then we have here 7 times 7. So that will be the multiplication equation that we are going to be finding in these 4 options we got here. We have 9 times 9, no, because we don't have any 9 here. 5 times 3, we don't have any 5 times, and we have 10 times either. It's just 7 repeated 7 times. So then 7 times 7 is the correct answer. So but if you don't know how much is 7 times 7, basically what we can do is to add. We have 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 7, we have 28. 28 plus 7 is 35. 35 plus 7 is going to be 42. And 42 plus 7 more is going to be 49. So 7 times 7 is equal to 49. So we have found the product to this equation. Don't forget, in the part of the multiplication we have factor, and the last part or the answer to multiplication is called product. These are the part of a multiplication: factor, and product. Again, we keep on working on multiplication as repeated addition or multiplication as set of groups or groups of the same. We got here 2 plus 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 2. Oh, how many times we have 2 here? In order to find out how many times 2 is repeated here by itself, or multiplication as a repeated addition, we are going to cross out how many times the number 2 is repeated. So that will give us the times plus 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 times 2. Okay, then let's see here. 5 times 4, no. 10 times 2, probably. We have 10 times 4, no. 8 times 8. So our response correct or answer or the correct answer is 10 times 2. But how much is 10 times 2? We are going to add how many times we have 2 here to add. We have 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. So 10 plus 2 is equal to 20. We have find out the answer. What is 10 times 2 or 2 times 10 is equal to 20. So 10 times 2, if we change the order of the factors, we are going to be having the same answer. So 10 times 2 is the same as 2 times 10. And 2 times 10 is going to be the same as, the product is going to be the same. And also we can turn this into a division. So what we're going to divide, we're going to divide the product by one of the factor. We can divide 20 by 2 is going to be equal to 10. One more problem we got here is, what is another way to write 8 plus 8 plus 8? Remember, addition is being used here, or repeated addition is being used to find a product of a multiplication equation. So let's see how many times we have 8 here. We have 8, 1, 2, 3. So that will be 3 times is the number of times the number 8 is repeated here, and the number repeated is 8, is 3 times 8. So 10 times 5 is not the correct choice for that. 6 times 9 either the same as 8 times 10. So the correct choice here is 3 times 8. But how much is 3 times 8? 3 times 8 is the same as adding 8 3 times. 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. 16 plus 8 more is 24. So 3 times 8 is 24. Now we are going to use inverse operation to dividing to find out by dividing 24 by 8. 24 divided by 8 is going to be, if we do the 24 divided by 8 is equal to 3. If we got here 24, we are going to divide 24 by 3. 24 divided by 3 is going to be equal to 8. So we have done here 2 operations, right? Using inverse operation, multiplication, and then using division as well, because division and multiplication are opposite or are inverse operation. You can use the division to find a multiplication a product, and you can use the division you can use the multiplication to find the division quotient as well. So this is the way how you can use these 2 operations. They both help each other. One is to increase the number, and the second one is to make numbers shorter. So when you multiply, the answer is going to be a greater number, but when you divide, the answer smaller number. Independent practice. This time you are going to be having the opportunity to solve the following equation by yourself using addition as a way to find the product to multiplication. Think how many times each number is repeated, and you count that. After you count that how many times that number is repeated, you are going to be able to multiply that many times of that number by the number you see here repeated many times. The same with the second activity, which is 2 is repeated x amount of time. You are going to count how many times the number 2 is repeated by itself, and then you multiply by the times that number is repeated. The same with the number 10, how many times 10 is being repeated by itself, and then you multiply by the number times the number 10 is being repeated. Have your time, think these 3 equations. Don't rush, take your time, analyze how many times that number is being repeated. You counted how many times it's being repeated, and then you add it after to find the product. If you need some help, I'm going to give you some help. You can pause the video anytime the answer by yourself. Let's start with 7. Let's see how many times 7 is being here repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have the number of times 7 is being repeated is 9. Okay, so that means 9 times 7. Is 9 times 7 these 4 options? Yes, it is. It's not 5 times 7, it's not 4 times 8, it's not 6 times 2, but it's 9 times 7. And also we have here how many times the number 2 is being repeated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number 2 is repeated 6 times. 6 times 2. Okay, it's not this one, it's this one right here. It's not this one, and it's not this one either. The same with the last activity or the last equation. What is another way to write 10 plus 10 plus 10? So how many times the number 10 is being here repeated? 1, 2, 3. So this 10 times 3. Is it here somewhere? 10 times 2 is not. Okay, 3 times 10 or 3 times 10 is the same as 10 times 3. So our correct choice is this one here. We cross this out. Now let's find the product to each of these equations. 9 times 7. 9 times 7. We got here 9 times 7 is 63. If you know your 9 times tables or your 7 times table, would be easy for you to find that product. So what about 6 times 2? So what you're gonna do is just to add how many times 2 has been here repeated. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. You find the product here. Now then we have 3 times 10, 10, 20, 30. So 3 times 10 is equal to 30. There you go, we found the product already. So good luck if you answer are correct. Okay, congratulations. If they are not, try again until you find the correct answer. Good luck. Okay, we have a few more activities here that you can be developing by yourself, or you can be finding the product to any of the multiplication equations that you see here. We have two actually. We have what is the right way to write, or what is another way to write 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. Don't forget that multiplication is a repeated addition, or you can use repeated addition as a strategy to find the product to a multiplication. You have to count how many times 3 is repeated by itself here to multiply that many times by 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 3 repeated by itself 4 times. That'll be 4 times 3. Okay, we have here 7 times 4. That's not the choice for that. That's not the correct answer. 9 times 3 either. 4 times 3 or 3 times 4. This is the correct answer. And 4 times 10 is not, you know that. Okay, now let's find the product of multiplying 3 times 4 or 4 times 3. We have 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. 6 plus 3 more is going to be 9. 9 plus 3 more is going to be 12. So 4 times 3 is equal to 12. The product of multiplying 4 times 3 is 12. What is another way to write 2 plus 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 2? 2 is repeated by itself here how many times? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 times the number 2 here. Okay, so 8 times 2. But now we're going to count or skip counting by 2 to find out that product. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 8 times 2 or 2 times 8 is equal to 16. 7 times 10? No. 4 times 8? No. 7 times 6? No. 8 times 2, that is the correct answer for this equation. So thank you.